There comes a moment in everyone's life when the world seems to turn its back on you, when the people you thought would always stand by you, your friends, your family, even your closest confidants, don't see what you see. They doubt you, question your abilities, and dismiss your dreams. But in that moment of darkness, there's a quiet voice that whispers, "Keep going." That voice is yours. Self-belief is not about having a cheering crowd. It's about picking yourself up when no one else is clapping. Think about the artists, the entrepreneurs, the dreamers who started with nothing but a vision. J.K. Rowling, once rejected by 12 publishers, faced failure after failure before the world finally embraced Harry Potter. The rejection letters piled up, but her belief in her story outweighed the opinions of those who didn't see her worth. The world isn't always kind to those who dare to dream. And when you choose to walk a path that's different, expect resistance. It's not because your dream isn't valid, it's because people can only see as far as their own fears allow them. They'll say, "You're wasting your time." They'll say, "You're not good enough." They'll laugh at your ambition because it makes them uncomfortable. But here's the truth. Their doubt isn't about you. It's about them. Believing in yourself is like being that tiny sapling. The odds are against you. The concrete is heavy, the environment harsh. But the sapling doesn't stop reaching for the sunlight. It doesn't wait for approval to grow. It simply grows. Ask yourself, what is the sunlight in my life? What is that goal, that passion, that dream I'm willing to fight for, even when no one else understands? Let's talk about those nights when you feel like giving up, when you question your own abilities because the silence of support is deafening. This is where self-belief becomes your greatest ally. It's not a switch you flip, it's a fire you tend to every single day. It's in showing up when no one's watching, in practicing when there's no audience, and in choosing to believe in your potential even when the evidence feels thin. Do you remember the story of Thomas Edison? People called him foolish for failing thousands of times while inventing the light bulb. But when asked about his failures, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Now think about that mindset. Imagine facing rejection after rejection, mistake after mistake, and still having the courage to say, "I'm not done yet." Self-belief isn't loud. It doesn't always look like confidence. Sometimes it's quiet persistence. It's working when you're tired. It's standing up after every fall. It's trusting that your effort today will bear fruit tomorrow. But how do you find that belief when everything feels hopeless? Start by speaking to yourself the way you would to a friend. Would you ever tell someone you love, "You're not good enough"? Would you ever say, "You should give up"? Of course not. So why say it to yourself? The words you speak to yourself shape the reality you live in. If you tell yourself, "I can't," you won't. But if you tell yourself, "I'm capable, I'm learning, I'm growing," you create a space where belief can thrive. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you'll never feel fear or doubt. It means you choose to move forward anyway. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. Halfway up, your legs ache, the air feels thinner, and the summit seems impossibly far. It's tempting to turn back, but you remind yourself of why you started. You didn't come this far just to stop. In the 1936 Olympics, Jesse Owens was told he didn't belong. Faced with racism and hate, he could have given up. But he didn't. He believed in his talent, his purpose, and his right to be there. And he left those games with 4 gold medals, proving that self-belief can silence even the loudest critics. Sometimes believing in yourself begins with a single step. It's raising your hand when you're scared. It's applying for that job when you feel unqualified. It's putting your work out into the world, even if no one claps at first. Remember, the greatest applause often comes later, long after the stage has been set and the lights have dimmed. Every success story you admire began with someone who was told, "You can't." But they did. And here's the beautiful part. They didn't wait for others to believe in them. They believed in themselves first. They made the choice to keep going, not because it was easy, but because they knew their worth wasn't defined by the world's opinion. Your journey is like building a wall. Each day, each effort, each small victory is a brick. At first, it might look like nothing, but over time, as you keep stacking those bricks, you'll look back and realize you've built something incredible. What if Edison had stopped at the 9,999th attempt? What if Oprah had listened to the people who told her she didn't belong on television? What if you gave up on your dream today, not knowing that tomorrow was the day it would begin to bloom? The truth is, you are more capable than you realize. Your potential is not determined by the approval of others. It's determined by your willingness to try, fail, learn, and try again. So, when no one else believes in you, be the person who does. Be the one who stands tall in the storm, who keeps walking when the path is unclear, who dares to dream when the world has gone silent. Because when you believe in yourself, truly and deeply, you become unstoppable.